How to deal with negative energy. First and foremost, we have to understand that life is a sacred journey, and that every engagement and interaction that you have with other people is either going to strengthen you or it's going to weaken you. It's going to either challenge you to become better and stronger, or it's going to really tear away at your self-esteem, at your convictions, at your goals and mindset. It's really important. No matter what you do in this life, there's always going to be people talking shit. There's always going to be people that don't like what you do, what you say, how you dress, what you wear, how you sound. There's always that, right? So you have to understand that you have to find yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to surround yourself by people that love you, care for you, and who are going to help nurture you, help support you, and bring up the things that you perhaps are not seeing, or challenge your thinking in ways that are loving, in ways that are constructive, in ways that are not meant to make you feel less or unimportant or unintelligent. And that's the challenge in this life. And I think that the older we get, I hope that we are starting to realize that in our youth, a lot of us wasted a lot of time, people pleasing, being insecure, not living out who we really wanted to be, because so-and-so's going to say this, we're going to be judged by our family members, we're going to be judged by our loved ones. What are they going to say? How is it going to look? What are they going to think about me? And so we limit ourselves and our potential in other people's interpretations of who we are. And we try our best to influence what other people think about us. And so we act a certain way to get them to think and have views of us of certain ways. And that could be a very dark and limiting world. It could be a very depressing world, because your sense of self and your sense of happiness is derivative of how other people perceive you. And there's a lot of things that we have no control over. And I think the more we are at peace with understanding that we are not here to make everyone happy and assist everyone in their journey of life at our own expense, I think the moment that you embrace yourself with all your flaws, and it's not a complacent embrace, it's an embrace that says, this is who I am, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing, this is the tools that I have, and this is how I'm going to proceed. And you have to be committed to that. You have to be committed to yourself, because, like I said, there's going to be people that don't like anything that you do or say, and if you give into that, and if you're really trying to influence how people see you, then you're losing a sense of who you are, because you become so preoccupied with something that's happening outside of your control, outside of your mind, and we cannot do that, right? Let's focus on how we can be the best people, the best version of ourselves. How can we bring change? How can we bring happiness, authentic happiness? How can we challenge systems? How can we challenge institutions without losing ourselves and our mind and our mental health in the aspect of that, in the transition of that? And I think it's empowering. I think it's very, very liberating to understand that you can have an authentic experience. You can live an authentic life as best that you can, and still, disrupt these systems and still disrupt these institutions. And when you pull away, right, and you kind of see the panoramic view of your life and history and the rhythm of resistance that you are living into, it really brings a higher perspective and meaning to your conversations, to the way you move in this life, to the decisions that you make. And ultimately, you have to understand that you have been birthed into this journey of liberation. And if you choose to take on this purpose, right, this purpose of liberation, of radical existence, it's going to be very, very nurturing, and it's very, very shattering of all of these systems and generational traumas and experiences that we inherit. So I wanted to talk about that because I talk about politics, I talk about identity, I talk about so many other things, but I think it's really important for us to understand how these journeys and of activism, of changing the world, of disrupting the shifts and these webs of power of these systems of white supremacy, it's important to value your mental health. It's important to value your self-perception and understand that our ancestors didn't suffer the ways that they suffered and the things that they went through in order for us to be complacent and submissive people under occupation. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to disrupt, we're here to shift, we're here to transform, and we're here to liberate. Have a beautiful day.